So I made a video earlier and I completely freaking like messed up the video. I don't know what happened, but it just completely stopped recording. I don't know what the heck going on, but I found the perfect angle, I do believe. If I can get it to sit again. Alright. Let me double check this. Okay, so it might be sitting at the right angle here. Another thing I could do is push this a little bit further. There. Just gonna be careful with my table. Alright. Can't knock anything over. Alright, so I'm gonna show you guys how to write in an ambidextrous, or well, how I write in an ambidextrous format. I ain't gonna show you how to do it. It takes thousands of hours, and I ain't got the time to literally teach how to do every little letter and stuff. And you know, cursive takes too long to freaking teach individual people. I don't have the time to teach people. Maybe some year in the future I could do that, but as for just flat out teaching people, I don't think that's worth my time. So man, this goes like, let's see if I can move this a little bit. Alright. I don't have the proper angle here, but this is better than nothing. So the normal angle that you would want, I don't know if this is gonna get, normal angle you would want is like something like this. Hey, you know what? That might actually work too. Let me see. Yeah, I can see it a little bit. I'll get something like this. I'm completely sorry. I'm still not in the right angle to write it really, really good. So I'm also not really focusing 100% on my writing. It's not going to be the best in the world, but it is really darn hard to get the best writing in the world in the first place. It takes a lot of time and effort to get to that point anyways, to get really good writing. Let me make sure. Okay, yeah, it is still. I'm not checking if it's recording. I'm checking to see if it's still in freaking, like, in the camera's pan. And I'm sorry about my ink smearing. This is the problem with being an actual lefty right here. It was actually very common for people to do this, and actually you're supposed to see the differences between doing a dip pen and doing a actual like a ballpoint pen. Is a ballpoint pen you could pick your fingers up off the freaking thing. It's very difficult to perform that with a dip pen, and I do have lefty designed writing utensils, and I'm gonna have to actually practice them. See, the difference between a lefty designed writing utensil is like it'll have more of a sharper edge, and where's my other one? Don't think I don't think it's worth the time to like try to master that right off the bat, because like literally you'd have, it's the angle, man, that throws me off. Because you gotta like, I haven't done it for so long, but you have to lift your hand up off the table in order to write like a lefty, man. And I haven't done it in so freaking long, man. Like, you're talking since I was, I think 16 was the last time I started writing in school, but that was for just regular print writings. That's not my cursive writings, and that's where I became masterful, really, really masterful, and learned how to lift my hand up. And I learned that all with, an actual utensil called a pencil. And I think the pencil part was like literally you know, my problem, because I learned that literally I could just erase my mistakes, and when you're using a pen, you can't really erase your mistakes. So, and yeah, like I said though, if you're a lefty, you would know what I'm talking about when you're writing smears, especially if the ink doesn't dry right away. And this is why it'd be a more common issue for someone that's a dip pen writer, have this issue, especially when you're making your own homemade inks, which I actually did. And I'm not regretting it, but I have to take more time to learn how to freaking make it so that way it doesn't do this smearing stuff. And maybe it's just the pen utensil that I'm using too, because this is a new pen utensil. The other pen utensil that I used, I can try it. I don't know if that's going to make a difference. Alright, there's that. Now, let me go over here. Tilt this over this way. Let me make sure this is recording properly. Actually, here, I'll show you. That's what it looked like. Alright. I am completely horrible with this camera crap. I am not good with freaking recording and pictures in general. Never really was. I'm okay with pictures, but like recording, I've just always struggled with the perfect angles. So, especially when it comes to this, man. This is difficult, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so I just messed up a little bit. I'm not trying to focus 100% on like actually getting the best writing. I'm just trying to show you as much as possible without taking up too much time that it's real, you know. If I was going for the best writing possible, I'd take a lot of my time into what I'm writing and, you know, put a lot of effort into it. I'm just trying to prove that it's legitimate. No fakes, no, you know, I wouldn't lie about what my writings are either. So my write is less masterful, but I'm gonna be honest with you, it's still on par, it's still legible, and you know, to be honest with you, over time my right's probably gonna be on par with my left, to be honest, because like I've been putting a lot more effort into my right. Did I spell it right? Yes, I did. Nurturing. Motivation. I got a hair stuck in it. That sucks. Freaking cotton hairs, man, I swear. Paper strands, cotton hairs, whatever you want to call it. They drive me nuts. Alright. Yeah, the ink's freaking bad. I don't know why. I think the pen's horrible too. Or the nib. I'm not really that big of a fan of these freaking speedball pens. I think an ordinary nib would have been just as good. The only thing I like is the fact that I can write a whole couple sentences before it runs out. Other than that, it's not that great. I guess I just gotta get used to it. Maybe that's what it is. I haven't gotten used to it. Alright, so this doesn't look as good as the other one, but it looks good. I think it's pretty decent. Can't say it's horrible. I mean, considering the fact that most people can't write with both hands, it's better than nothing at all. So there you go. There's my right and my left. And I don't know. I'm gonna have to rewatch the video to make sure it looks legitimate. If it doesn't, then I don't really know what to do. But the reason why this one has a slight curvature to it is because I told you I'm more masterful with my left than I am with my right. Although my right is starting to get some of that masterfulness too. And here's some where I actually dedicated more time to what I was doing. I always go from left, right, and you can see, I got some fairly good handwriting. I'd say literally if I spend a decent amount of time on it, I could probably become more masterful like that, but I don't think that's even masterful as is, although it's far more better than the other one. If you can't see the differences, you're a little bit blind. So the differences between my left hand is there's a curvature in the writing. It's going in a slant. And if you don't see that with this, well, that's because you're blind. Although it's good, it's legible, it's not got the curvature in it, which means I'm not masterful in both hands. Although it is very, very good. It's readable. And it's better than most. And again, there you go. I'm done with my recording. And, you know, it might take me a few years to start getting, you know, some writings that are on par with my left hand. As you can see, my left hand has curvature and also has, you know, like, there's a big difference between, like, if you want really, really good writings, they have to have curvature to them. That's what it has to have. That's what is what you call masterful writing, is when it starts getting these curvatures, as you can see with some of my writings on my left hand. That's what you call really, really proficiency, like, or really high proficiency in your writings. So when you got the curvature part, that's when it starts looking really, really good. Although this looks good, it's not like it's just, you know, it's just writing at this point. It's just what anybody can do with their hands. So wait till you see when it starts doing this type of stuff right here, the curvature part. Although, you know, like, just having an ambidextrous format that's legible is actually fairly uncommon. So, you know, not only that, but it's also wrote in, you know, it's wrote in cursive. So there you go. You guys have a lovely day. This is probably gonna go on a artist website for Ohio. I'll see you guys.